Imagine standing under the scorching sun in Jerusalem, watching archaeologists carefully remove layer after layer of ancient soil. The air is thick with anticipation as a hidden structure begins to emerge from centuries of dust and silence. Suddenly, a researcher whispers, This is the Pool of Siloam." A chill runs down your spine as the realization hits. Something extraordinary is unfolding beneath our very feet. What was buried for over 2,000 years is now revealing secrets that could shake skeptics and atheists alike. This isn't just archaeology. It's a bridge between history and faith, a place where biblical accounts collide with tangible evidence. Stay with me, because what they found will leave you speechless. The Pool of Siloam is no ordinary ancient reservoir. It was originally carved during the reign of King Hezekiah, a ruler committed to protecting his people from invading forces. Jerusalem's water supply was vulnerable, and a clever underground tunnel was dug to redirect water from the Gihon spring directly into the city. This tunnel wasn't a simple trench. It was a masterful engineering feat, connecting the outside world to a hidden chamber of life-giving water. Two teams of workers carved from opposite ends, meeting perfectly in the middle without modern tools, guided only by skill, determination, and perhaps divine inspiration. The result was a hidden sanctuary of survival and purity. Centuries later, during the ministry of Jesus, the Pool of Siloam became the setting of one of his most astonishing miracles. According to the Gospel of John, Chapter 9, Jesus encountered a man blind from birth. He made mud from the earth, applied it to the man's eyes, and instructed him to wash in the Pool of Siloam. The man obeyed, and for the first time in his life he could see. This act wasn't just physical restoration, it was symbolic, revealing Jesus as the light of the world and the source of true spiritual sight. And now, 2,000 years later, archaeologists have rediscovered the very stones and steps where this miracle occurred, connecting faith and history in a way that's impossible to ignore. In 2004, construction workers accidentally uncovered ancient steps buried beneath layers of debris while working on a sewage project. At first, they assumed it was just a Roman-era structure, but as archaeologists excavated further, it became clear. These steps led directly to a large, carefully carved pool, matching the descriptions in Scripture. The dimensions, artifacts, and inscriptions confirmed its authenticity, dating back to the Second Temple period, precisely the time of Jesus. Suddenly, what many considered myth was revealed to be tangible history right in front of the world's eyes. This discovery goes beyond archaeology. It challenges atheists and skeptics by providing physical evidence of events long thought to be purely spiritual or symbolic. It confirms not only the existence of the Pool of Siloam, but also its significance as a ritual purification site, a place where faith, tradition, and divine intervention intersect. Every artifact, from coins to pottery shards, tells a story of a people and a faith preserved across millennia, and as the pool re-emerges, so does a powerful reminder. History and faith are intertwined, and the truth has a way of coming to light, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. In the next block, we'll explore the hidden tunnels and pathways connected to the pool, revealing just how ingeniously ancient Israel designed their water systems and why these discoveries are considered among the most important confirmations of biblical accounts ever found. Stay tuned, because what comes next is truly mind-blowing. As the excavation progressed, archaeologists uncovered something even more astonishing. A network of hidden tunnels and channels extending from the Pool of Siloam throughout the ancient city of Jerusalem. These tunnels were not simple drainage systems. They were meticulously engineered passageways designed to carry water to strategic points across the city. Scholars believe they were used both for practical purposes, such as supplying water during sieges, and for ritual purification, ensuring that the faithful could cleanse themselves before entering the temple. The precision of these tunnels is breathtaking. Each stone was placed with extraordinary skill, and the channels aligned perfectly with the water sources and ancient structures above. It's a testament to the ingenuity and devotion of the people who built them, blending engineering, faith, and survival in one seamless design. What makes this discovery truly remarkable is the historical and spiritual context. The Pool of Siloam is mentioned explicitly in the Gospel of John, and now seeing the steps, channels, and artifacts with modern eyes, the biblical narrative comes alive in an entirely new way. Coins from the Roman period, pottery shards, and inscriptions uncovered around the pool provide undeniable proof that this site was active during Jesus' time. Imagine walking along the very stones where a man blind from birth regained his sight. Imagine the ripple of awe that would have spread across the city as witnesses watched the miracle unfold. For atheists and skeptics, this is more than history. It is evidence that certain biblical events have a foundation in real, tangible locations. But the mystery doesn't stop there. As researchers dug deeper, they found additional chambers connected to the pool, hidden beneath layers of centuries-old debris. Some of these chambers contain inscriptions that reference ritual purification practices, suggesting that the pool played a central role in religious ceremonies of the Second Temple period. These findings confirm that the Pool of Siloam was not merely a water reservoir. It was a sacred site, a spiritual nexus where faith, tradition, and divine intervention intersected. It is astonishing to think that the very place where Jesus performed one of his greatest miracles is now being uncovered step by step, century by century, right before the eyes of the modern world. Archaeologists were particularly amazed by the precision of the stone steps leading down to the pool. These steps are perfectly symmetrical and show signs of heavy use, indicating that thousands of pilgrims once descended into the pool, washing in its waters as part of their preparation for temple rituals. The physicality of these steps makes the gospel story tangible. For the first time, skeptics can see, touch, and measure the very path that a biblical miracle took place on. This discovery isn't just historical, it's experiential, inviting people to witness and even physically connect with a moment that has been celebrated in Scripture for over 2 millennia. Moreover, the Pool of Siloam's rediscovery has reignited debates among scholars about the intersection of faith and archaeology. Many are stunned by the way these findings confirm the historical accuracy of the biblical account. The alignment of the tunnels, the artifacts, and the inscriptions all point to a remarkable truth. The biblical narrative has a physical anchor. This revelation has left even the most skeptical observers questioning their assumptions. Could it be that faith and history are not mutually exclusive, but intricately intertwined? The Pool of Siloam appears to say yes, louder than any argument ever could. In the next block, we'll dive into the spiritual significance of the pool's rediscovery, exploring how this ancient site connects to prophecies, the symbolism of water in biblical texts, and why this revelation continues to shock both believers and non-believers alike. You won't want to miss the profound insights awaiting in the next segment. Beyond the archaeological marvel, the rediscovery of the Pool of Siloam carries an overwhelming spiritual weight. In biblical symbolism, water represents life, purification, and divine grace. The pool, with its crystal-clear waters flowing from the Hezekiah tunnel, is more than a physical structure. It is a living testament to these eternal truths. For centuries, the story of Jesus healing the blind man in this very pool has inspired millions. Now, with the original steps and waters uncovered, that narrative gains a tangible dimension. It's no longer confined to scripture alone. It becomes a place where history, faith, and divine action converge, reminding us that some miracles leave a trace etched in stone and water, waiting to be revealed. The spiritual resonance of Siloam extends further. Prophecies in the Hebrew Bible speak of waters that purify and restore, flowing from sacred sources to renew the lives of God's people. Isaiah, in particular, described streams of restoration as a metaphor for divine intervention. Today, walking along the newly excavated steps, one can almost imagine the echo of those ancient words. Pilgrims and visitors describe a profound sense of connection, as if the same miracle that opened a man's eyes 2,000 years ago now invites modern humanity to awaken spiritually. For believers, this is an affirmation. For skeptics, a challenge to consider the intersection of faith, history, and evidence in an entirely new light. Adding to the astonishment, researchers found inscriptions on the pool's walls that have sparked intense scholarly debate. These inscriptions reference purification rituals and communal gatherings, linking the site directly to Second Temple religious practices. Every detail, from the worn steps to the positioning of the pool relative to the city, reflects intentionality and sacred design. This discovery challenges the notion that biblical stories are merely symbolic or mythical. Instead, it presents a living archaeological footprint that confirms the existence of a site central to the life of Jesus and the spiritual life of Jerusalem. Even atheists and skeptics cannot ignore the layers of evidence. A physical pool, steps leading into it, artifacts dating to the exact period, and textual references aligning perfectly with Scripture. Moreover, the rediscovery of the Pool of Siloam is provoking a broader re-evaluation of how ancient Israel engineered its sacred spaces. Scholars have noted that the pool's location, aligned tunnels, and water flow demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of both hydraulics and religious ritual. The careful design ensured continuous purification and availability, allowing the faithful to maintain spiritual and physical cleanliness while highlighting the connection between daily life and divine presence. In a world where skepticism often challenges religious claims, these findings provide a rare intersection where faith, science, and history support each other, creating a powerful narrative that captures the imagination of both believers and non-believers alike. But perhaps the most astonishing revelation is the emotional impact on those who visit the site today. Witnesses describe an almost palpable sense of the sacred, a feeling that transcends time. Standing at the foot of the steps, looking into the pool where Jesus performed one of his most famous miracles, visitors report moments of awe, introspection, and inspiration. Children, adults, and scholars alike feel as though they are touching history while simultaneously encountering a spiritual truth that has endured millennia. The Pool of Siloam is no longer just a relic. It is a living connection between past and present, faith and reality, human effort and divine action. In the next block, we will explore the latest excavations revealing hidden chambers, rare artifacts, and the potentially prophetic significance of Siloam's rediscovery. You'll discover why this site continues to astonish both the scientific community and spiritual leaders worldwide, leaving even the most skeptical observers questioning their assumptions. The story is far from over, and what comes next will change the way you see history, faith, and the miraculous in our world. As archaeologists pushed further into the depths surrounding the Pool of Siloam, they uncovered hidden chambers that had remained untouched for centuries. These spaces, carefully constructed from massive stone blocks, contained artifacts that may completely reshape our understanding of Second Temple-era Jerusalem. Among the findings were fragments of pottery oil lamps and inscriptions in ancient Hebrew, each one telling a story of the people who relied on Siloam not just for water, but for spiritual cleansing and preparation before entering the sacred temple. The level of preservation is astonishing, suggesting that these chambers were intentionally sealed, almost as if they were waiting for the right time to reveal their secrets to the world. Some of the inscriptions discovered reference ritual practices and pilgrim activities, hinting at Siloam's role as more than a mere reservoir. It was a place of life, a site of devotion, and a living symbol of faith preserved in stone and water. Scholars are particularly intrigued by phrases that seem to reference a figure of divine guidance, a messenger or prophet connected to the sacred waters. This raises profound questions about how early religious communities experienced and recorded spiritual phenomena, and why they chose to preserve these messages in such a hidden yet enduring manner. For skeptics, the alignment of physical evidence with ancient texts is difficult to dismiss. Every artifact, every inscription seems to echo the narratives of Scripture, bridging centuries of history with undeniable clarity. The rediscovery also sheds light on the engineering brilliance of the ancients. The water system feeding the pool, connected to the Gihon spring through the Hezekiah tunnel, demonstrates remarkable precision in both planning and execution. The channels maintained a steady flow of water, supporting both the practical needs of the city and its sacred rituals. It's not just a marvel of ancient hydraulics. It's a testament to the devotion of a people who integrated faith and survival into every aspect of life. The Pool of Siloam stands as a physical reminder that history, faith, and ingenuity are inseparably intertwined, a powerful rebuke to those who claim that spirituality and logic cannot coexist. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of this discovery lies in its contemporary relevance. With Jerusalem at the center of religious and political attention, the unveiling of the Pool of Siloam serves as a poignant reminder of the city's sacred history and enduring spiritual significance. Visitors today experience the same awe and reverence that pilgrims may have felt thousands of years ago. Walking down the steps into the pool, they feel a direct connection to the events recorded in Scripture. For believers, it's an affirmation of faith. For skeptics, a remarkable opportunity to witness history so meticulously preserved that it challenges assumptions and inspires awe. Experts suggest that the pool's rediscovery may also carry prophetic significance. Some theologians and historians interpret the uncovering of the ancient pool and its associated structures as a foreshadowing of larger biblical events, including the anticipated restoration of sacred spaces described in prophecy. The timing of these revelations, coinciding with renewed interest and exploration of Jerusalem, amplifies the sense that Siloam's secrets are being revealed in an era of spiritual awakening and historical rediscovery. Every new artifact, every newly exposed chamber feels like a message sent across millennia, a silent yet unmistakable testimony of continuity, faith, and divine orchestration. In the next and final block, we will conclude this extraordinary journey by examining the profound spiritual implications of the Pool of Siloam, as rediscovery, how it challenges skepticism, and what it reveals about the enduring power of faith, history, and prophecy. You will see why this ancient pool is more than a relic. It is a living symbol that continues to shock, inspire, and transform all who encounter it. As we reach the final revelation of the Pool of Siloam, it becomes clear that this is far more than an archaeological site. It is a bridge across time, connecting the ancient world with the present faith, with evidence and history, with the miraculous. The rediscovery of the pool, its steps, chambers, and inscriptions challenges skeptics and leaves believers in awe. Each stone seems to whisper the stories of the past. Each drop of water echoes the miracles of Jesus, and each artifact testifies to a civilization that wove spirituality into every aspect of life. Standing before it today, visitors can sense that something extraordinary is happening. The sacred is emerging from the shadows, revealing truths that have been preserved for millennia. What makes this site truly astonishing is how it embodies both the tangible and the divine. The Pool of Siloam is a physical location with measurable, verifiable features, yet it also carries an unmistakable spiritual presence. People who descend its steps speak of a palpable sense of awe, a feeling of connection to the divine, as if time itself bends to allow the living to witness a sacred moment frozen in history. The miracle of the blind man receiving sight is no longer just a story. It becomes a lived experience, an invitation for all who visit to encounter the divine in a direct and undeniable way. Even the most skeptical observers are compelled to pause, reflect, and reconsider what they thought they knew about history, faith, and miracles. The implications extend beyond individual experience. Scholars now consider the Pool of Siloam an invaluable key to understanding Jerusalem, its spiritual and architectural past. Its rediscovery provides unprecedented insight into Second Temple-era rituals, engineering, and religious life. The pool's alignment, its channels, and its hidden chambers offer a rare opportunity to see how faith and daily life were intertwined in a way that modern society rarely witnesses. Every artifact, every inscription, every step down to the water is a testament to human devotion, divine orchestration, and the enduring power of history. It is a reminder that even in times of doubt and skepticism, the truth leaves traces, sometimes hidden, sometimes waiting centuries to resurface, but always persistent. And perhaps most importantly, the Pool of Siloam speaks to the present and future. In a world often marked by disbelief, confusion, and disconnection, the rediscovered pool reminds us that some truths are eternal, bridging generations and cultures. The healing waters that once restored physical sight now challenge the spiritual blindness of modern society. They invite us to see beyond doubt, to recognize continuity between past and present, and to understand that divine intervention is not merely a story of history, but a living, breathing reality that continues to touch hearts today. For atheists, skeptics, and the curious alike, the Pool of Siloam is a call to witness something greater than themselves, an event where history, faith, and the miraculous converge in the most tangible way imaginable. As this journey concludes, one message remains clear: the Pool of Siloam is not just a relic of the past. It is a symbol of hope, faith, and discovery, a testament that what is hidden will eventually be revealed. It challenges doubt, affirms belief, and inspires awe in every generation that encounters it. So next time you hear about the Pool of Siloam, remember this: history is alive, miracles leave traces, and faith can be seen, felt, and experienced in ways that transcend time itself. If this story moved you, inspired curiosity, or challenged what you thought you knew, make sure to share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because discoveries like this are just the beginning. The world is full of hidden truths, and the Pool of Siloam is a shining example that sometimes the past returns to illuminate the present in the most shocking and extraordinary ways.